Hey, this is Carl Allen. I'm here with Michael Vosbine and Drummer Nation, and we're going to talk about drum stories. And there's something in particular I wanted to share with you guys, and I think this is very helpful and beneficial. And that has to do with how do we prepare, and how do we prepare for the unknown in a musical setting. So I'll give you an example of something that happened to me just recently. Several months ago, back in the fall, I received a call from a wonderful pianist, brilliant pianist by the name of Rini Rosnes. And I've played with her many times before, and I had never recorded with her as a leader. And so it was a real honor. She called, she said, Carl, I'd like for you to do my next record. I said, I would love to, absolutely. I said, when are you looking to do it? I think early, maybe December, early January. Great. So she says, well, I have to tell you, Carl, I'm not good at writing drum parts. So, and it's all music that hasn't been recorded before, right? So how would you like for me to send this to you? So I said, well, okay, unless it's a specific drum part, don't worry about giving me a drum part. Give me a lead sheet, the melody, and a bass line. Well, why the bass line? For drummers, that's our dance partner, right? And so what she did, because it's music that hasn't been recorded before, because normally, if it's stuff that's been recorded, you can listen to it, get an idea of the vibe, all of this. But this is all brand new original stuff. And so she says, okay, so I will record the melody, just one chorus, so you get an idea. Okay, so again, this speaks to what my process is. So she sends an email, and before I did anything in terms of printing out or looking at PDFs, I just listened to all of the tracks that she sent to the point to where I felt I could sing the melody. Part of my objective as a drummer is to make sure I can own the music and own the process. And what that means is to get to a place to where I'm not focused on looking at the music stand, because that's not where the music is. That's just a roadmap where I can keep my ears open to what's going on around me. So then the next step in my process is that I would then print out the PDFs, right? The Finale, Isabella's files, or whatever they were. And then the next step, which seems kind of strange to even include this, is to tape the music. I can't tell you how many times. So many musicians in the middle of a rehearsal or a record date, music falls, and you just sit there and say, well, why didn't you just tape the music, right? Something so simple. It's one less thing to think about. And all of these steps are really designed so there's one less thing to think about, so I can primarily just focus on what's happening in the moment. So then after I tape up everything, and so for those of you who are listening, say, well, why is that so important? Well, let's say you got 3 pages, and the title is only on the first page. And now the music gets mixed up. And now you're trying to figure out, okay, it's letter C ends in page 2. Just tape it up. All right. Then the next thing I do is that I get a highlighter, I get a red pencil, and I get a regular pencil. Why do I do that? Well, I do that so that I can highlight certain things like all repeats, like key changes, like let codas and stuff like that. In red pencil, I'm going to underline or circle dynamics or things like that. And so I said before, I get a bass part and a lead sheet. So I'm not reading 2 parts at the same time. I'm going to take the part that has the most information. And so let's say, for instance, it's the lead sheet. And then I'm going to take the bass part, and if there's specific rhythms that the bass player is playing that I feel I need to connect with, I will write those over the lead sheet in red pencil just to say, okay, this is what the bass player is doing. And then after I've done all of that, the objective is that when I'm playing with people, I can visually focus on the band as opposed to a music stand, which I usually have on my left side. And then, and the reason that I highlight this is so that if I hear a key change, if I hear a repeat, anything like that, I can look at the piece of paper and my eyes will immediately go to those things that I've already kind of outlined as highlight issues or points in the music. And that process helped tremendously during this recording session because I'll tell you one of the things that was really fascinating is that we were in the studio for 2 days, and it was with Christian McBride on bass and Chris Potter on saxophone, and wonderful Rogério Barata on Brazilian percussion, and Rini, of course, on piano. But it was really, really great because the level of musicianship between all of those musicians was so unbelievably high. And I'll never forget. And now this is during the pandemic, when most of us haven't really been playing. And I'll never forget. At one point, we finished the take, and I thought it was a pretty good take. And Chris Potter says, "Can we do one more?" And I'm saying to myself, "Man, wow, that was great." And so Rainey was like, "Yeah, but why you want to do another?" Well, it's just couple of passages, small passages in there that I felt I could do better. Now, this is all new stuff, so if he hadn't done it over, no one would have known the difference except for maybe him and Rainey. And but it just made me feel so proud to be a part of this project because we're talking about musicians who take so much pride in their work. And I remember we were in the lounge kind of taking a break, and he said, "Hey man, I'm sorry, man, I put you all through having to do another take, man, but I just felt that I could do better." And I was like, wow. And those are the kinds of things that I aspire to be a part of every single day. And I hope and encourage you all to continue to do what you do so that you can be a part of something like that with musicians who are just at the highest level, who have the highest level of respect for the art form. So that's my drum story, and I'm sticking to it. So I hope you guys got something out of it. But thanks for having me. This is Carl Allen signing out.